Alrighty, welcome. My name is Jeremiah. Welcome to Rest and Reset. Today we will need a bolster, blankets, lock, pretty much everything, including strap. So we are going to get started today in a supported child's pose. We'll get there in just a few moments. But as we are doing that, hit play if you haven't already on that playlist. And we are going to start getting set up. So let's go ahead and come to your mat. Let yourself come nice and wide with yourself on the mat. This is where the bolsters are coming handy. Maybe a blanket. So I'm tall, there's a lot of real estate I have to bring the floor up to me for. So you bring your knees nice and wide, big toes touch. Bring the bolster kind of nice and close into the thigh area, and then let yourself reach the tailbone back. Reach yourself forward and just surrender down. Keep your head whichever way is most comfortable for your neck. And just let yourself kind of just, if you want, even take the bolster, maybe that little strap part, maybe hug it close to you and kind of just hang out here. So we are going to be holding all of these poses tonight for a significant amount of time. This is a restorative style class, so we will be kind of stationary for long periods. So go ahead and come into that supported child's pose. Let yourself make it comfortable. So for me, this is comfortable. Option also is to stack this a little bit higher if you need to, if you need a little bit more distance. Maybe even placing blocks underneath here to bring this a little bit higher so you can settle down. But either way, we're going to hold this child's pose for several minutes. So go ahead and make it comfortable for you. Maybe even getting something a little bit underneath for your head. And allow yourself to settle in. Allow yourself to completely surrender onto the surface that you are on. And as we do that, let the breath start to come even in and even out. Trying to find that even keeled breath where your inhales and exhales are even with each other. And then as you adjust to those even breaths, eventually, we're going to move towards where the exhales are longer than your inhales. Just allow yourself to be here in this child's pose, close the eyes. I will be facilitating and guiding your experience tonight, so you don't need to worry about so much looking at the camera unless I ask you to. But allow yourself to settle into this supported child's pose, knowing that the support is here to give you comfort, to let your body start to move towards that state of relaxation. And as we do that, maybe you start to find the mind starting to fire up. I find that sometimes in restorative classes, my mind goes into overdrive. If you find that you are really moving to that overdrive state with your mind, focus in on the inhales and the exhales. And allow yourself to focus in on a sankalpa, or an intention. That is our theme this week at Practice Indi. So how can you find intention with relaxation? Or, rephrasing that, how can you find intentional relaxation? We live in this fast-paced world where so much is happening all the time. We're constantly bombarded with things on our phones, messages. Give yourself a moment to be intentional with this next 40 minutes as you find relaxation. Taking a deep breath in, filling up. Exhale, let it out. Trying to let the breaths be even in, even out. Maybe starting to elongate the exhales. There are going to be many periods of silence tonight, so as I go quiet, allow your attention to draw inward into that intentional relaxation. Keeping the breath steady in. Exhale, let it out. You've got about 1 more minute here in this position. Deep breath in, long breath out. Taking a deep inhale in, start to slowly draw the awareness back to the body. Feel the bolster underneath you, the shins in the ground. Begin to very slowly bring the hands to be underneath the shoulders. Slowly press yourself up through the tabletop, pushing the bolster in front of you. Bring the knees together. Let's come up through tabletop for just 1 moment. And as we go through tabletop, we're going to move to our next pose. So we're going to leave the bolster right in front of us. We're going to bring our right hip right in front of the bolster. Now our legs, lots of options here. Option here to let your legs be at 90-90, if this is going to be comfortable for you. Another option is to bring your legs so that way they come on top of each other. But we're going to be coming to a supported twist. So from here, no matter what position your legs are in, right hip against the bolster, you're going to take your chest, square over that bolster, and maybe you need to add some blocks to bring this up to you. Or we're going to slowly bring ourselves down, letting the hands once more come in front of the bolster. I like to use that little handle, slide my hands through it. I like to close my eyes and just let this gentle twist work its magic. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. And maybe you find that this is not as comfortable for you. Maybe you want to bring it a little more elevated. Other option is to bring blocks underneath of the bolster to get yourself more of an angle. So start to settle into whatever works for you. And as you find that, close the eyes. Returning back to the steady inhale and the steady exhale. Ask yourself, can you be intentional with the relaxation? Letting go of whatever is outside of the mat. Letting go isn't just disassociating or forgetting things. Letting go is the action of no longer letting something bother you. No longer needing to emotionally engage with it. So give yourself a moment here to continue settling into this supported twist. Breathing in, breathing out. Intentionally allowing the body to soften onto the bolster. Allowing the body to intentionally relax as the tension leaves the body. If you find your thoughts beginning to wander, bring yourself back to the breath. Bring yourself back to the concept or the thought of intentional relaxation. Taking a deep breath in, the awareness comes back to the body. Feeling the legs on the floor, the torso on the bolster. We slowly begin to separate the hands to the end of the shoulders. Press yourself back up. We're going to switch to the other side here. So all we're going to do is we're going to pick the bolster up, crossing our left leg in front of us. Bolster comes up and over as we switch to the other side. Feel free to maybe try a modification on this side if the other side wasn't as comfortable, or maybe you felt difficulty with relaxing. Bring your legs back to the 90-90 or back to whatever position you had. Maybe you find a different setup here where the blocks are a little higher. Finding what works best for your body as that left hip comes against the bolster. Chest comes over that bolster as you begin to settle down. Maybe you hold on the block or maybe even into the bolster handle. Allow the eyes to close once more. Taking a deep breath in. Long breath out. Intentionally relaxing. Intentionally letting go of anything that is outside of the mat. Our to-do lists, dinner plans, lunch plans, whatever have you. Allow yourself to completely only associate with what's here in the mat, which is you, your mind, and your breath. Deep breaths in, longer breaths out. Allowing yourself to intentionally let go. Slowly beginning to draw the awareness back to the body. Feeling everything pressing into the bolster. Start to slowly draw the hands back under the shoulders, pressing yourself back up, rotating the body. Beginning to slowly come through to a seated position. And allow yourself to bring the bolster to the back of the mat if it's not already there. Situate yourself that way. Your back is to the bolster. It is right up against your tailbone. From here, push it back just slightly. Find one fist width between yourself and the bolster. And then you're going to allow yourself to lean back over this, hands coming out to the side. Now, option here is to leave the head on the bolster. If you don't have a bolster, what you can do is you can create the same effect with some blocks on a blanket by taking 2 blocks on the lower settings, 2 blocks side to side, blanket over them to make it comfortable. Same thing, about 1 fist width here, leaning yourself back. And for here, if you don't have a cushion for the head or the blocks aren't long enough, maybe bring a pillow or a third block if you've got it to the back to support the head. As you, again, you bring yourself out over into this supported heart opener. Allow yourself to breathe in. Allow yourself to breathe out. Beginning to find comfort, finding relaxation, finding a state that you can hold for several minutes. You want to focus here on feeling the support of the bolster, allowing yourself to feel the arms by the side. If you want more of a shoulder stretch, you can always bring the arms more overhead or even more to a Y shape, where they're coming directly overhead off the sides. That's going to be a nice shoulder stretch here. Just letting the shoulders relax, holding no tension in the arms as you bring them overhead. Allowing yourself to take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Bringing the awareness to the breath as you find that gentle inhale in, long exhale out. Bringing some intention into the breath, and through the breath we find that intentional relaxation. Letting the breath enter the body as you breathe in, feel it leave as you exhale. Allowing yourself to melt onto your support. There we exhale. Feeling the earth beneath you, the ground. Feeling the entire body supported. Feeling gravity drag it down. Allowing yourself to just be in this moment. Once more, the awareness comes back to the breath, to the body, to the support beneath you. Slowly beginning to bend the knees in front of you. So you're going to very slowly take the hands to the thighs, to the knees, to help yourself bring yourself off of the bolster, leaving the bolster right where it is. We're going to come into our next pose, which is a supported Supta Baddha Konasana, so supported bound angle. So you're going to want your bolster to look something like this, where the bolster is up here with a block on a middle setting, block on a high setting. And then from here, you want to set yourself up. So tailbone is going to be right up against it. Lean back for a moment just to make sure it feels good. Great. I'm tall, so I come up over the bolster. So I'm going to take a blanket. I'm just going to unroll it just a little bit. I'm going to just kind of place it over the bolster, almost like a cape, little blanket cape. Now this is comfort for my neck. You can even roll it up under the neck a little bit. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. This is where that strap can come in handy. So this is an option here, arms by the side. If you need some extra support, blocks can come underneath here if you've got some additional ones, or bring the legs a little bit longer if you need to. But let yourself really settle in here. The strap comes in handy because if you need to keep your feet together, you can create a little bit of a loop here with the strap. You can tie it around the feet to hold them together. And this is an option here to, for me, my feet like to separate when I'm in this pose. So I'm going to bring my feet lightly together, bring the strap so that way it is in the middle of the feet. You want to make sure it is very kindly not touching skin, because as you adjust and relax, you don't want it to catch skin or hair. So leave it right here, strap right at the side, and hands on the side. This is an option here. If you still need some more shoulder work here, you can bring the arms out to the side. If you have some extra things, you can kind of place them on top. But again, you can try that wide position and just let them kind of hang out here. That's an option if you want to have a little bit of effort. For me, I like to kind of like hang my arms back behind me. And I like to, again, reach for that little strap here that the bolster has. I'm going to bring my arms behind me, find a little strap, get my fingers in it, and just kind of let my elbows come out the side. I'm doing Baddha Konasana with my feet and also with my hands. Taking a deep breath in, filling up. Exhale, let it out. Letting the breath come naturally here as you find this relaxation in this open position. Once more, allowing the breath to be your focus. Let the intention be to find relaxation. And if you find your thoughts still wandering, or maybe you're finding difficulty in settling in, allow yourself to just take a deep breath in, filling all the way into the low belly, breathing all the way up to the base of the throat, filling up, filling up, filling up. Exhale, side out. Allowing yourself to feel the feet pressed together, feel the support of the ground beneath you. We live in this busy, busy world where we are always bombarded with something or another. So it's hard to find time to intentionally allow yourself to relax. We often think that sleep is synonymous with relaxation, and they're two completely different cycles of the body. So allow yourself here to make the intentional choice to let go of whatever is outside of this mat, prioritizing and focusing in on your body. And oftentimes, relaxation can be hard, can be difficult. So if you find that you are having difficulty relaxing, tell yourself you are the master of your own body. You alone can control your own impulses. Willing yourself to relax and then letting it happen. Taking a deep breath in, bringing the awareness to the body. If you have the strap along your foot, so to wiggle your foot out of the strap, hands come to the outsides of the knees. Let your knees come up to center. Pause here for just one moment. Then from here, begin to slowly maybe lean over to the side, using your arms to help yourself sit up. Leaving your bolster roughly where it is, we're going to try to minimize the effort required to find this next pose. We're coming into a supported legs at the wall. So if you have a wall, feel free to find the wall. If you have a couch or a sofa or a love seat or whatever have you, or a chair, find that. If you are without those, take your two blocks out the side, the little Stonehenge here, put the bolster on top. I'm tall, I need the extra length of the blanket up as well. But find your position where you can get yourself so that way your hips are nice and closed, swing them up and over, resting your calves onto this little Stonehenge device or onto a couch, a sofa, whatever have you. Try to keep the knees over the hips. So that might mean there's some distance between your thighs and this, your support device. And again, if you find that you are starting to splay open, strap his hand once more, creating that loop here with the strap. Let yourself bind your thighs in such a way that you can find comfort. You're not going to cut circulation off, but you're going to just allow yourself to settle in. Knees stay over the hips if at all possible. Arms can come by the side. If you need some extra shoulder work, maybe since we're on the ground, arms come overhead. Maybe they're at a T or a Y, or even a W. If you need some opening, bring your arms to 90-90 and surrender out this way. Closing the eyes. Maybe you need to work the shoulder blades a little further down the spine to settle in. And let yourself relax here. Breathing a deep breath in, filling up. Exhale, sigh it out. Allowing nature to reverse course in our legs. We spend so much time on our feet or sitting that everything's going to pool down the legs. We're allowing everything to reverse course and drain back down, letting the body's natural processes take over. Taking a deep breath in, long breath out. Once more, beginning to focus in on the breath. Letting the breath fill the body. And we intentionally find our relaxation. Beginning to draw your awareness back to the feet, to the toes. Feeling the ankles, the calves, the thighs, the pelvis, the torso, the arms, the shoulders, the head and the neck. Feel yourself as one unit. Begin to slowly untangle that strap if you have it around your legs. Slowly lean over to one side. Moving your props out of the way as we come to our final and most important pose, Shavasana. You can let your legs be nice and long. You have the option here to have a bolster underneath the knees. I have a blanket right underneath the head with the bottom rolled up so it supports my neck. I have 2 blocks out the side to support my wrists, supporting my arms. Option here to not use a bolster, not use the blocks. Option to take your Shavasana however you need to be comfortable. But beginning to allow yourself to find that final relaxation. Allowing yourself to intentionally let go. Intentionally melt into the mat. Intentionally finding peace. Intentionally finding whatever it is that you need in this moment. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Drawing the awareness to the toes, to the heels. Drawing the awareness to the shins, the calves, the thighs. Feeling your hips, feeling your torso. Noticing acutely the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the wrists, the hands. Noticing the neck and the head. Visualizing your body in your mind's eye. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Allowing yourself to breathe in and imagine a bright white light entering into the body. Allowing that bright white light to infuse the entirety of your body. Allowing that bright white light to stay as you exhale. Allow more bright white light to enter the body with every inhale. Allowing that bright white light to bring in what you are seeking, whether that be contentment, whether that be happiness, health, maybe it's just simple relaxation. Allow that bright white light to continue to enter the body, infusing into your body, into every single cell. And now as you exhale, allow yourself to root into the ground, allowing everything that the bright white light is pushing out to leave the body. Everything that does not serve you, like fear, anger, discontent, despair. It all leaves the body and flows into the earth, allowing the earth to recycle and renew that energy. Taking one final deep breath in, filling up, filling up, filling up. Exhale, sigh it out, grounding firmly into the mat, into the earth. Letting everything go that does not serve your purpose. Begin to draw the attention to your energy as you wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe begin to make motions with the ankles and the wrists. Inhaling the arms overhead, getting long in the body. Exhale, maybe you hug those knees in, coming into a nice, good squeeze. Maybe you rock side to side. But eventually begin to find your way to a seated position with your eyes closed, rooting down through your sit bones, lifting up through the crown of the head, drawing the hands to the heart center and bowing the chin towards the chest. Giving yourself gratitude for being here, for taking the time for self-care. Knowing that our yoga can come off of the mat, it doesn't need to stay on the mat. As you make the conscious choice to walk off the mat and resume your day, ask yourself, what can you bring with you? What can you intentionally bring back to your day? Maybe that's intentional moments of relaxation. Maybe that's intentional moments of breath. Or maybe even intentional moments of awareness. Take a moment to allow yourself to take that intention and bring it to your third eye center. Thumbs press against the area between your eyes. Then as you exhale, you bow forward to seal your practice, allowing yourself to know that you can walk off this mat with this intention, living more intentionally, living more compassionately, living more in harmony. Taking a deep breath in, long breath out. Namaste.